Hi everybody, welcome back. My name is Elise, and if you have not watched any of the previous videos, I am currently in Costa Rica because my mother got sick and ended up in the hospital, and while there she broke her ankle. She fell and broke her ankle, so I came to be here with her and my dad, who has his own medical issues, and my aunt, who also lives with them. And today I wanted to talk about the fact that love is a choice, because a lot of times we move as though love is a feeling, and we think that love is a feeling, so we act on those feelings. And a few weeks ago I went to a concert. It was the reunion tour with Kirk Franklin and Tamla Mann and many others. And in intermission, Anthony Evans was there, and he spoke, and he was talking about a time in his life that he went through and something that was said to him that stuck with me. And he said that our feelings don't have intellect, right? And so when I think about that and I think about love, we tend to equate love with a feeling. But is it really a feeling, or is love a choice? Do we decide to love regardless of certain factors? Or does love go away and we get to treat people however we want because of how we're feeling in the moment? The reason that this came to my mind is because my mom was just in the hospital. She spent almost 2 weeks there. She came out on Friday, which was my birthday, and that was a huge blessing to have her home finally, because the conditions at this hospital were truly horrendous. The public hospitals in Costa Rica, much like probably many other countries, the hospital was not up to the standards that I'm used to. There was no space, there was not enough nurses, the doctors didn't even introduce themselves as doctors, the conditions were not sanitary, there were a lot of people in one small area, there were a lot of issues. And on the last day that she was there, the nurse that was there really irked my spirit. Like, she really bothered. She really, really upset me. I want to say this without judging, but she didn't appear to necessarily care about her patients. At one point, she was eating a popsicle while on her phone on WhatsApp, because I could see what she was doing, when there were obviously several elderly patients that needed assistance. And I think to myself, how do we treat people? I was originally going to title this, Treat Others the Way You Want to Be Treated, but what it made me think of was love, right? Do we do things with love in our heart? Because the reality is, we will all be at work on days where we are very busy, when we're not in the mood. We may have to come home and we may be irritable, we may be exhausted, but how do we move when we are not in the mood to do things? Do we still have love in our heart? Do we still show love? Are we still kind and gracious? Are we still considerate? Because as I watched this particular nurse do her job, I thought to myself, she in this moment doesn't really think she could end up in this position. But the area where my mom wasn't just elderly people, there were also young people there. And the reality is, for any one of us at any given moment, our life can change. My last video was about the word was unexpected, right? Because things can change in the blink of an eye. And how do we move forward in those moments, right? How do we show love even when we're maybe not in the mood to do so? And I think to do so, we have to remember that love is a choice. It's not a feeling. Love is a choice. And if we remember that, I think we operate differently, right? God chooses to love us despite our flaws, despite our moods, despite our mistakes. God loves us. So who are we to not show love to others? And so I encourage you, in moments where you're not feeling your best and you're not feeling very lovable or wanting to be kind to others, to remember that love is a choice. In your jobs, remember that when you deal with people, you may not be in the best of moods. Show love. Especially if you work in the healthcare field. If you work in the supermarket, you should still be kind and show love and treat people kindly. If you're there as a patient in a hospital, it's the same thing applies, because sometimes patients can be rude and mean too, right? And encourage you to remember, love is not a feeling. It is not something that should change based on our emotions, because our emotions can be deceiving, and our feelings don't have intellect. With that being said, I thank you for watching. Have a great day. Show love to someone today. May you be blessed always. Take care. Bye-bye.